marriage is not in view, there is no need for a relationship. Relationship is supposed to come in when you have a clear picture of where you are going. Not every proposal deserves your prayer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, how do you know that you are ready for a relationship? When is the right time for you to enter into a relationship? You are sure that you are doing the right thing in the right time. So that's what we're going to be discussing in this video, so that you will be well guided and you will do the things you need to do in the appropriate time. So you're welcome to another wonderful episode of Life Issues with Faith, and today we will be discussing a very important topic. I have a wonderful friend here. We'll be discussing how do I know if I am ready for a relationship. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So I have in the house a purpose coach and a personal development coach, and he has written a book on awakening not love. Yeah, this is it, awakening not love. And trust me, the person that is speaking to you today is someone who is well knowledgeable in relationship aspect. So I have in the house Elias Agbara. Thank you so much for coming to this.
Glad to be here.
Episode. I'm very grateful.
Much. Thank you.
Yes. So, people just feel like anytime is right for me to enter into a relationship. People just feel like, well, I can enter into a relationship anytime I feel ready or anytime I like. Do you think that is the right perspective to handling relationship? Because relationship is a very important area of one's life. Sincerely,
that's right.
You invest. I believe you invest your all in a relationship.
Yes.
Your emotion is invested.
Yes.
Your mind is invested.
Yes.
Your spirit self is invested.
Yes.
In a relationship. So if you are not approaching it with the right mindset, with the right perspective, you may really break down. Like you may hurt yourself deeply. That is why this episode is coming out here, to help everyone here. So what do you think? What are the things that need to be in place?
Okay.
Before you can, with your full chest, say that, I can now enter into a relationship. I can now, be in a love relationship with someone. What are the things that need to be in place?
Thank you so
before
much.
we do that?
Thank you so much for that question.
Thank you.
It is very important to have some plans in place, to have some structures in place before you enter a relationship.
Yes.
It matters that you approach relationship with caution.
Yeah.
It matters that you approach relationship at the right time, and that situations don't prompt you to enter a relationship.
I love that.
There are people that enter relationship because everybody around them they are entering a relationship, or there is pressure, or people are asking them questions in that area. These are not valid reasons or valid catalysts to make you enter a relationship. It should be a conscious decision. It should come from some concurrent decisions you have been making before that time. For example, now I don't expect that you will be making a decision about relationship maybe June, July of a year, and from January you don't have a plan in place. That's what I mean. So some things must have been happening in your life already in place, pointing towards the fact that, okay, with the way I'm living my life currently, spiritually, in my career and every other thing I'm doing, the way I'm going, if a guy should come up in the next few months, I think I should be ready. And as a guy too, there are pointers to things that must have been working in your life before anything called love will be appearing on your portal.
I love that, because people feel like once you find someone you're attracted to, once you find someone that your heart is just buzz 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 buzz, then that's when we think of relationship. I can date this person. I love this person. Or that's when I say, let me go and pray about this person. No. So I love that there must be some preparation.
That's true.
Active, intentional preparation around your life, around every area of your life, before you can intentionally now say that, okay, I am ready for a relationship. That is very profound.
Yeah. And also, I want to add this before we go into practical steps you are meant to take before you enter a relationship.
Yeah.
I need to also put this out there that it is important for you to know as a guy and as a lady when it is not the right time for you to approach anything about relationship. When it is not time.
Thank you. So before we can even say when is the time to be in a relationship, we must know when it is not the time to be in a relationship before we can even talk about the right time to be in a. So when is not the time to be in a relationship?
Very good question. There are some qualities I'm going to list. Note that most of the things I'm going to be explaining, they are not age dependent. Because usually the question people ask us in seminars or in church meetings where we're talking about relationship is when is the right age? The age factor.
The age factor.
But it's beyond age. There are some basic things that must be checked, some requirements that if those things are not if they are not in place, relationship is not for you. Don't even think about it. Hope you are aware that a relationship can be a distraction. As beautiful as it is, as intentional as it is, as amazing as everybody is celebrating relationship, it can be a distraction if approached in the wrong season. So what are the basic things that shows that you are not with the one we are talking about? Number one, you are at the prime of your academic pursuit.
Thank you. Beautiful.
I don't even say you are just starting. I say you are at the prime. So if I'm
starting. So if I'm just starting, shouldn't be in a relationship.
No, because the relationship can be distracting, like I said. Then relationship is time demanding, so it will take your whole, like she said earlier. So that is why if you are at the prime of your academic pursuit, what should be your goal at that time is to finish well, to finish strong, and to be focused on that thing that you are doing. That is not the time to entangle yourself with a relationship. The reason why I'm saying prime is because that is usually when everybody is celebrating your academic pursuit, and they tend to feel since you are strong academically, you should be able to handle relationship. And life doesn't work that way.
Sincerely.
It's going to distract you.
Like you are bringing two seasons of your life together. And that is a burden. You're carrying a huge burden. You're dealing with your academics, and sincerely, there are some courses that relationship in your life would really not go well, because that course is very demanding, and every course is demanding. So while you are in school at your prime, what did you call it?
When you are at the prime of your academic pursuit.
When you are at the prime of your academic pursuit, you shouldn't be investing so much, or you should be too overly burdened about being in a relationship. And that is why I love the fact that we've cared about the age factor. Many people look about the age factor. Oh, I'm my late 20s. I need to get into a relationship and all. But what about the other area of your life? Have you gotten that settled?
So it's a very right thing to address first. The second important point that shows that it is not time for you is when you are just starting your spiritual journey. When you're just starting your spiritual journey, I beg you, don't attempt a relationship. No matter how sorted every other area of your life is. Don't, and then not just that, don't attempt it. Don't try to engage someone else that is just starting their spiritual journey. Please. No matter how beautiful the sister is, or no matter how responsible looking the brother is, if the person is at least the first year of their journey with God, run away. Just live. See, love can always wait. Love can wait. Love is patient.
I love
love is patient. So the fact that you love the person, if it is genuinely from God and it's genuine love, it will wait. I used to tell people, one of the things I tell my mentees, people that comes to me for counseling about relationship, is this: if a guy should approach you in your wrong season, that's what I use the word for them, wrong season. If a guy should come for you in the wrong season, it's a sign that that guy is not in love with you. Because love is kind, love is patient. So love thinks of the good of others. So if I know this lady is in 200 level, 300 level in the university,
and you are disturbing her to be in a relationship,
that's not love. I'm selfish.
Yes.
That's the meaning.
Yes, actually.
So I tell them, once a guy approaches you in the wrong season, it's off. When if you come later, just discard him.
Actually, no, that is very, very, very important. And love waits. Love is patient. So if the person is so much in haste to have you in a relationship and is not trying to ensure that even is he or she is allowing you to finish whatever you are dealing with at that time, that person will not really, it's not really the best option. It's not really the best option for you, because there will always be time to love. There is always time for everything. There is time to love. There is time to love.
Very,
so
very
if we are so hasty about, and we love they say I love. So anytime someone comes to you, you're already having wedding plans in your mind, you're already going ahead of time. When you jump seasons, when you jump your growth process, your growth season, your product, like when you're just a believer in Christ and you are entering into a relationship, it becomes a distraction. It becomes a distraction to your growth,
to your spiritual growth, to your academic
pursuit, whatever pursuit that you are doing at that time, that you know that you don't need to be in a relationship then. If you engage in it, it becomes a distraction to it, and it will actually affect that thing. It can even make whatever you are going through to diminish, to reduce, to quench. The spiritual growth, it becomes slow. You become slow. If you are meant to be quick or accelerate in your spiritual journey, you become slow. Because you're already carrying an additional burden.
There's an analogy I'm going to give about that when we get into the steps that I want to explain. So to explain this, how it will slow down your pace when the time is not right. And when we say the time is not right, there are parameters to check, and those are the things we are talking about. The fact that when you are at the prime of your academic pursuit, first degree to be precise.
First degree.
We are not talking about people that are doing their master's or PhD. So when you are at that range, it's important that you finish first, or you allow it to wait. So now that we have established those 2 points, that signifies that you are not ready, like you are not in that area of relationship. So let's now look at things to consider. What are the factors to consider before you can say that okay, it is time
to be in a relationship?
There are some points I will be explaining. These points there are so many, but I believe the few ones I'm going to mention here, they are very, very pivotal. So the first one is maturity. So maturity must be there before you can say that you are ready for a relationship. And when we say maturity means you are in a state of responsibility.
Yes, that's actually what maturity is.
Simply put, there are plenty dictionary definitions, but maturity means you are in the state of responsibility. You know your left from your right, you know what to do, and you are doing it. That is maturity. So when we say that you must be mature, we have split it into many areas. So before you can say that it is time for a relationship, you must be spiritually mature. That is the first place. And I want you to understand that we are not saying this because we are spiritual people alone, or we are fanatics. No, it is the reality. Your spiritual life is what encapsulates other areas of your life. So every other part of your life is meant to flow out of your spiritual life. If your spiritual life is not solid, if it is not rich, your relationship will sink. It will sink.
Actually, you can't do relationship outside of your spiritual life.
Yes.
Actually, if you want to do it in the God's way,
exactly.
Very you are important. Sure you want God to be present in this relationship. If you are sure you want the backing of God, the spiritual maturity is very important. You must be responsible for your spiritual life. It's not as if your mom is the one still telling you, you've not. When last did you pray? When last did you talk to God? Those days. Let me not say those days. I sound old. But that time in your life that you want me to say go to church, please. Why don't you? Why are you not going to church?
You are tired. You not go to church.
You're not yet responsible spiritually. You get some people still have to encourage you to do the things of God, to love God, to walk with God, to do His will. If you are still in that stage, No. Don't meddle with relationship.
So we can break spiritual maturity down into some smaller points as well. When you say spiritual maturity, that means number one, you have a personal relationship with God. A continuous relationship, consistent, active. So it's not inconsistent. You are still doing quiet time twice in a week. Sorry, you are not ready. You are not ready, because when you enter a relationship, you are thinking for two.
Yeah.
So it's let's not even go there. So please be spiritual. So your spiritual area in terms of personal relationship with God must be checked. Number two, you must have made the decision to be attending a Bible believing church. So it's a sign of spiritual immaturity when you don't know the right church to attend. So you enter a relationship and your partner is not telling you, babe, that church, you cannot be there. Error.
You should know that.
You should know that already. You should be in a church where you can grow. Number three, you must be an active member of the church. Maybe you are working in a group.
You must be
you are doing something.
serving.
Yes,
You must be serving there.
What people don't understand is the fact that service alone is one of the things that attach you to growing up spiritually.
Yes.
Service.
Yes.
We don't want to dwell on that too
Yes.
much, but it's very important. You must be serving.
It helps you.
Yeah, and the final aspect of spiritual maturity is your love work with others. Your love work with others. So it's a sign. One sign that shows spiritual maturity is the fact that there is an aspect of you that grows out love to others.
Yes.
You accept people for who they are. We call it forbearance.
Yeah.
Not forgiveness. Forbearance.
Able to accept other people's excesses.
Exactly.
You're able to adjust.
Exactly.
You're flexible.
Exactly.
And I think love is one of the highest tests of spiritual maturity.
Yes.
Your ability to love the unlovable. Yeah. Your ability to still be there for the people that you know that this one, with all the things this person have done for me, I'm never going to talk to this person again. But you still go out for that person. So love is actually an hallmark of spiritual maturity.
Yeah. So that is the first part of maturity. So
Mm-hmm.
after understanding spiritual maturity, then the next thing should be your career or academics maturity. So
and I think, before we get to career maturity, in spiritual maturity, also your ability to start hearing from God.
Yay! Yes.
Yeah.
Very important.
So as you are growing in Christ, you begin to have the ability to hear the voice of God, to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit, and be led by Him. Yes, a spiritual matured person is the one who is led by the Spirit of God. The Bible says, as many as are led by the Spirit of God, these are the sons of God. So you must be someone that has yielded to the Spirit of God, and you are led by Him.
Yes,
it's very important. Very important.
It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of maturity.
It's a sign of maturity. So I want us to pick this point. If you want us to talk about, to dwell more on spiritual maturity, you can comment in the comment section. We'll dwell on that. We'll create a video for that. So let's move on to career maturity.
So when we say career maturity, to start with, we'll have to talk about academic maturity, because it's your academics pursuit that leads to your career pursuit.
Yes.
So you must not be in your beginning stage of your academic journey. So you're in your 100 level, 200 level, 300 level. There's nothing you are looking for in a relationship. And I dare say now that even sometimes you're in your final year doesn't mean you are ready.
Really? That is very true.
Yes.
Because I think in your final year, there is this pressure of, I'm leaving school. So, oh my goodness. There is this mindset that we really needs to shift and break after school marriage.
Yeah.
No.
Since
who made that rule? That after school that you need to get married. And especially ladies. So they are agitated that, there is nobody in my life right now, or there is no one in my life right now, and I'm my final year. So we let ourselves open. So any person that comes,
that is around at that time.
Is around. So actually, I love that point.
So it's important for you to
Yes, your final year does not mean
it doesn't mean
that's being in a relationship. You may not be ready at that time.
Exactly.
You may not have accomplished, you may not have attained that growth, self-awareness, self-consciousness, purpose awareness at that time.
Exactly. So by the time we finish the other points, you'll be able to see the balance of why we're explaining this.
Yeah.
That it is not the right time when you are just not mature in your academics or career. So to put it in career also. So before you can think about entering a relationship, there must be something bringing food to your table. That's why we call it academics and career. So you are still hustling, in quotes. You are still trying to make ends meet, and you want to bring a lady into your life to come and join the hustling. It's not wise. It's not wise because you don't have anything to do in a relationship if you are not ready to marry.
Yes.
You don't have anything to do.
That's breaking the table.
Yes. There's nothing like let's see how it goes.
No.
There's nothing like we are in friendship, but I want to marry you, but I'm not ready. No.
Don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time.
Don't.
The question that should prompt that you're about to enter a relationship is marriage in view.
Yes.
My spiritual mother always says that from time to time, that
yes.
if marriage is not in view, there is no need for a relationship. So the question is, at your final year as a brother, is marriage in view?
When you want to sort out your life,
marriage is not in view now, and that's this aspect of maturity. So I was saying the other time that relationship slows people down.
Yeah.
If you are not in the right season.
Yes.
So this is the example I would love to give. So this is like a personal story.
Okay.
My heart. So it happened some years ago. Pressure. People were just telling me, Elias, when people see that you are spiritually okay, and especially in this line of the things that you do, you're a spiritual coach or a man of God or anything like that, people start thinking that your spiritual maturity means you are ready for a relationship. It's a lie. Doesn't mean anything. You can be spiritually mature and
bless my heart.
You will beat woman.
Bless my heart.
So people are just well-meaning people around me. Go and pray, enter a relationship. Thank God for discipleship and mentorship in my life. So I don't make decisions without consulting my spiritual father.
Yes.
I had a spiritual father. So I went to him and his wife, and I told them that actually I decided to enter a relationship. And me too. I started praying. Hey, Jesus! I don't know that I was in for trouble. So my spiritual father is a very gentle man. So he just looked at me, smiled, said, "Let my wife will comment on this." I should have sent it coming. So Mama came up, and after I explained everything again, she looked at me like this. I will not tell you. Let me cover myself a little bit. Yeah, we are in public. But this is where I'm going. She made an analogy that I will not forget. I will tell my children in the future.
Okay.
She said, if you are traveling to Lagos from Ibadan, if you are from Ibadan,
from Nigeria,
if you are in Nigeria, and you are in the city of Ibadan is the capital of Oyo State.
Okay.
So if you are going to Lagos, she asked me a question. Is it possible for you to see Lagos while you are still inside the suburbs of Ibadan? I said no. He said, no, that is where you are. As at that time, I was still in 300 level, first semester. He said, do you know where you are going? I said, no, it's true. Do you know what you want to even do with this academics you are doing? You don't know. So there is no picture. There's no picture of where you are going yet. You don't even know how. You are not seeing Lagos from afar. No. You have not even gotten to Lagos by the expressway. You are still inside the suburbs of Ibadan. You now want to pick a woman. So you will be lost on the way.
Yes.
Because marriage, relationship is supposed to come in when you have a clear picture of where you are going.
Of where you are
that
going.
That is when you can pick a perfect helpmate that can join you on that journey. So you don't have a journey. You don't even your vision is still very blurry. You now want to bring a woman into that blurry vision. Oga, two blind people. And the funniest thing is there will always be sisters ready.
What's the meaning of that?
There will always be sisters.
Sisters, no, we don't do that.
Even at that point that you don't have any vision.
Oh my God.
If you just tell them,
sisters, no, don't ever follow a man that doesn't have anywhere he's going and does not have any life bearing, that is still visionless.
Please listen to her, because it's the truth.
And have your vision too.
Yes.
I know where you are going.
I have a track record of my mentors that the issues that turned their life around was when ladies said no to them. Why am I saying that? What she said now. See, I strongly believe if we raise sisters that are firm and they can say no, we have a better relationship stories in our churches.
Yes.
I'm not saying guys don't have work to do. No, this is not a, so don't cut my voice here and say I said something, please. But I'm saying, by ladies, if all the ladies in the church says that for the next 1 year, every guy that says nonsense is a no. I'm telling you, guys in that church, they will have sense. Yes, because the guys will start sitting up that these ladies are not going to, they're not going to accept anything less than what God wants. So they will sit up.
Ladies have a bare minimum, like have a standard.
Yes.
Have what you will not accept in a man, and what you want in a man.
Exactly.
Please go and think about it.
To put that into context, not every proposal deserves your prayer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is epic.
I'm not saying more like that. Because there are some cases that this girl that is coming to meet you, you're like, I can even mentor you.
Don't want my prayers. Oh, bless Jesus.
And that is not pride. No. The Bible says, those who know their God, they shall be strong and they shall do great exploits. By understanding, there are some things you know.
Yeah.
The brother that in every church vigil is always dozing. You come to church meetings, he's not responsible. So he's the one that is not coming. You are not. He's
not responsible. Financially
is not responsible.
Career wise.
So he is coming to meet you and you're saying maybe God wants to speak. We speak. Please speak. Choose your headache wisely. It is where.
Okay.
So that is about career and what's called career.
Spiritual maturity.
Yeah, very important.
Yes.
The third aspect is emotional maturity. It's very important for you to be matured emotionally before you enter
emotionally. So how do you know you're emotionally mature?
Good.
Because so many people just feel like once their hearts and oh my goodness, I don't know, maybe it's for the sisters. We really need to have a hold on our emotions, because most times our emotions will just travel far to where you know you're not meant to be. You know this person, it's not the right person, but you have emotions.
Very true.
So you must be able to have maturity. You must be able to ensure that your emotion is mature. You are able to hold yourself. So what do you want to say about emotional maturity?
For emotional maturity, the things that will test your emotional maturity actually are situations that has happened to you before relationship.
Yeah. How do you handle
when people make you angry?
How
do you respond?
How do you respond?
How do you respond to pain? How do you respond to hostility?
Yeah.
How do you respond to being cheated?
Yeah.
How do you respond when you are ignored? How do you respond when other people put their emotion ahead of your emotion? These are the things that will test your emotional maturity. How do you handle grief?
Yes.
Then are you sensitive when things are happening to people around you? Our parents used to say these things, that amongst we the children, they know those that will be good mothers and fathers amongst us.
Wow.
There are situations that will reveal how emotionally mature you are. Maybe you are in the church, you are just walking and then you saw somebody was crying at the corner of the church. You did not even blink. Not even bother. You just kept burning face. It's wickedness. It's wickedness.
Actually.
You're not sensitive.
Yeah.
So that means if something is happening to the other person that you are in the relationship, there's something we call non-verbal communication, and it happens a lot in relationship.
Yes.
Lady can tell you, I'm fine, but my brother, she's not fine. That is the way you should know that, pick your car keys if you have a car and drive to her.
Don't ever believe it. You must say she's fine.
She's not fine. She's just but you don't have to wait till you enter a relationship before you learn that.
Yes.
It must have started. So emotional maturity starts with how you handle your family relationship, how you treat your parents and your siblings,
how you treat your friends.
How you treat your friends.
Do you know how you treat your female friends?
Yes, as a guy.
Actually, it would give you an hint to how you would treat your partner.
Yeah.
How you treat your male friends would give you an hint on how you would treat your partner.
Yeah.
So if you are not emotionally mature,
also,
behave anyhow.
Also, do words get to you? Like, does words get to you? Like, when people break your heart, maybe with words or so, how do you? And there are some ladies. Sorry to address a gender like that. There's some ladies that when things go bad for them, they log off. Like they become totally downcast. So downcast that every other area of their life will be at a standstill for that season. You cannot enter a relationship. You cannot enter because that means you have to have broken plenty times before you marry. Yes,
and there will always be issues.
There will be issues
that will come at you. That will come at you. Oh my God.
And some of those issues might happen at very dangerous times in your career.
Yeah. So you must have emotional strength.
There's something we used to call it in our fellowship, shock absorber. Like when something hits your heart, bam, and you're in the middle of something important, you don't break down because of what has happened to you.
Yes.
You hold it in. You know, this woman here can she understands what I'm saying a lot. We sat together when we were in the campus fellowship. There will be times when, as leaders, we are being like we are under fire. They are pouring fire, like we are going through a lot at the leadership level. And guess what? We will still have to come to service and still be fathers and mothers to the leaders. Sometimes some of those leaders that you are fighting for in secret, they will come to the meeting and they are coming late. They are doing very, and you'll be like, if you want to respond based on the fire that you have been feeling, you will scatter a lot of things. But guess what? We'll still smile at them. We'll still ensure that
what needs to be done is done.
Maybe 3 days later, we'll now discuss it. They will now be shocked that and you are still able to. That is emotional maturity. It matters that you're emotionally mature. The final one is financial maturity. Before you enter a relationship,
money
is important. Because
money is important.
Because like we said earlier, relationship is pointing towards marriage. So unless you want to become grandfather in relationship, so once you start a relationship, marriage must be in view. So that means that there must be things working out for you financially. We have a stable income. That's what we need.
You don't have to have it all.
No.
But have a financial structure.
Exactly.
Have a stable income.
Something that is coming for you consistently.
Yes.
It has to be consistent.
No matter how little it is.
Exactly.
And it is both.
Gender. Yes. Both gender.
Both
please.
party.
Both parties.
My ladies, my sisters, please do not 100% depend on a man to sponsor your life.
Exactly.
If there is no man in your life, won't we leave? We will. We'll fix our hair, we'll fix our nails, we'll be fine girls, we'll be responsible, with or without man. And that is the mindset you should have. Yes, your man will do things for you, but let it come, I believe let it come willingly from him. He's spending on you, he's spoiling you, he's giving you a soft girl lifestyle. Let it come from him. Not that today you are demanding for your hair, the next day you are demanding for money for food, the next day you are demanding for your upkeep. You're losing your self-respect. Actually, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter whatever you want to tell yourself, you're losing your self-respect. And self-esteem is important, Ejo. Please, very important. So continue. So
financial maturity is a must before you enter a relationship. All these things, we are not saying things you should do in a relationship before you enter a relationship. Financial maturity, you must have a means of income, something that is what we're at least to start with. And also, like she said earlier, it's not over the bar. Some guys used to go to the extreme by saying I want to build houses,
I want to have some cars.
This is one thing that our generation is getting wrong. We should be encouraged by the testimonies of our fathers.
We should still be encouraged by the testimony of our fathers.
As much as we want to be woke, and we want to have everything going well.
As much as we want to even improve
on what
they had experienced.
On what their generation has experienced. It is good that we learn from them that most of them married on time and they married in faith. They married when everything was not working, but some things were already working. So they married in faith. So once you have a stable means of income, no matter how little, something that can sustain you, so you can start the relationship and trust God
and keep improving, keep building yourself, keep building your skills, keep thinking of ways to have more incomes, because you setting up a family, you need the help of God. And one way that help will be very, very, very useful is in terms of finances. Because you need financial help to build a home. So whatever skill, whatever knowledge you need to build in that period while you are in a relationship, please build it.
Very important.
Invest in it.
Very important. So that is all about maturity. So the second point about the things to put in place before you enter a relationship is wholeness. Wholeness. To be whole means that you are not suffering from identity crisis. You have embraced your identity, who you are. You have seen yourself. You have, I mean, in shape, in size. Your mental capacity, your thought processes. You are not your friend. You are not people around you. You are you. So there's an understanding of identity that you must work in for you to be whole. There is a spiritual aspect of it too, knowing who you are in Christ. You can, if you read the book of Ephesians chapter 1 downward, you will see the whole of Ephesians chapter 1. So you will know who you are in Christ. It's very important for you to know that, so that you will not be living a life that you are copying other people. There are a lot of people that they are literally looking at others to live. That's the wrong way to live. You must be whole. A man of God I love listening to, Pastor Lawrence, so he said it takes 2 whole people to make relationship work.
2 whole people to make relationship work.
So if the lady is not whole, so the lady will be intimidated with the success
of the guy.
She will be thinking she's not doing enough. And it's not true. For example, now if you are dating or you're in a relationship with a choleric man, cholerics are goal-driven. Within 5 months, they can achieve like 5 projects. And I say melancholic, you take your life easily. You plan well, detailed plan before you start doing what you're doing. So if you are in competition with that kind of choleric man, you are going to be having heart attacks and you'll be in pain. So it's important that you know, like you understand your identity.
Who you are.
You accept it.
Accept
it doesn't mean you are not growing, but so this is what builds self-confidence. Do you understand? So that's why we are saying it's part of the things that you must have been doing before you enter a relationship. This skill now of being whole, it will help you at work. It will help you not to be downcast when others are doing well. Not to be in unhealthy competition with other people. You might not be where they are, but you understand that life is in stages, men and in sizes. So you are still growing, you are a work in progress. So you must be whole. I want to beg you, before you don't learn it the hard way.
Don't learn it the hard way.
Be whole before you enter a relationship.
Because if you are not whole before you enter a relationship, sincerely, you would be worse than who you were. Because you begin to find sense of fulfillment in the guy or in the girl or in the lady. You're not even meant that you're meant to find self in yourself. You're meant to be all. You're meant to be complete. You're not trying to look for them, depend on the other person to feel good about yourself.
Your life.
Oh, if this person tells me that now, if a guy tells a lady that, oh, you look ugly, and you've not settled it in yourself. That I am good enough. I am beautiful. I am beautiful.
Good enough.
You know, something happened to me at work of recent. Somebody told me that someone saw me and he said, "Oh wow, you're beautiful." I said, "Thank you, I know." And you know, later on, before I even said, "Okay," I said, "Thank you, I know." Later on, I said, "You're not beautiful, Joe." And I'm like,
imagine.
You're not sure. I don't need your approval.
Before I know
I know that no, I am. Oh my gosh, I'm beautiful.
Yes.
And wonderfully and beautifully made by God.
Yes.
So you need to settle all of that in yourself, especially for ladies. I think ladies really battle with self-worth.
Oh yes, a lot.
Find your self-esteem, your self-worth in who you are in Christ.
Very important.
Very important. So that nobody would come and tell you who you are not, and you believe it, and you feel downcast. And so you must be whole. You must know where you are going. That is why you must be self-aware. Who am I? What is God saying concerning my life? What do I love doing? What are my passions? If you don't know anything about yourself and you are in a relationship, it won't work. It won't work because you keep feeling dejected, you will feel behind, you will feel not good enough, you have just start having self-esteem issues every time. And you know what, sometimes, especially for ladies, then you lead to, crying or being depressed, and the guy will now have to help you boost your self-esteem again and again and again.
And sometimes it can make the guy to leave.
Yeah, because you just like this person is not doesn't have a good self-esteem. Doesn't have
she's still a child.
Value. She's still a child.
Exactly.
If the person used that to oppress you.
Exactly.
The person does not leave and he sees you as someone that you don't feel, you don't have any sense of self-worth. It can lead to the person intimidating you or oppressing you. So it's very important that you are whole before you enter into a relationship. Very key.
Yeah, so we can move to the third point now.
Yes.
Now, the third point that we need to understand still in this part is that before you go ahead with starting a relationship, before you can say that you are ready for a relationship, it is important for you to discover your purpose.
Yes.
And it's not just discovering your purpose, you must have discovered your purpose, started the journey of your training for purpose, and you must have started fulfilling that purpose as well. So now let's take it a little, like let's zoom it in a little bit. When we say discover your purpose, there was a session we had earlier on purpose and passion that you should check out. It will really help you.
Put the link up here.
Yeah.
So knowing your purpose and passion in life.
Yes, it's very important for you to understand that because purpose discovery is what defines your person. Until you know who you are. Yes. And you discover how to be a blessing to your world, you don't have anything to do in a relationship. You know, I attended a marriage seminar very early in life, and the pastor was saying that ladies are meant to submit in marriage. He calls it submission. So that means ladies are coming to submit to a mission that a man has. Although we have bigger knowledge now to understand that when a lady is coming to marry, a sister is coming to marry a brother, it doesn't mean that the sister will just be figured in the relationship. The brother has a vision, the sister also has a vision. So both of them are coming together to play complementary roles. The brother complementing the vision of the sister, and the sister complementing the vision of the brother to achieve one agenda for God. So that is why it is also important that both parties, the male and the female, must understand their purpose. So if your purpose is not aligning together, the Bible says, can two work together except they agree? So if your purpose is going to Abuja and our purpose is going to Ekiti, it's not the same way.
What are you doing there?
Exactly. It cannot work out that way. So purpose discovery is very important. The general overseer of MFM, Dr. Dikiriko, will always say purpose before partner. Yes, Daddy always tells us that that is important for you to understand your purpose. So without that, your understanding of purpose, there's nothing about relationship. Sincerely. So discover your purpose first. Start the journey of training, because when you discover your purpose, usually there is a training involved in your purpose. There will be knowledge gaps that you need to fill.
I would love to say something that actually for ladies, even though you already know your purpose, but sometimes you say, oh, I already know my purpose, now let me just wait for the man to come and we start the journey of purpose
together.
No, it should find you fulfilling your purpose.
Very important.
It should find you fulfilling God's purpose for your life. You should already be invested in what God has called you to be, of who you are, and not just waiting for somebody to come and help you, or you will help to fulfill purpose. You cannot even help when you don't even know what you are doing.
Yes.
If you understand really what an helper is, before you can be a helper, even you yourself, you are already helped.
Yes.
You already know certain things. You're already doing certain things before you can even offer help. And that is why men also should have this reorientation. That a woman is not just there to just wait for you and you fulfill your dreams, and the lady is not fulfilling her dreams. No, we are coming together to complement each other. No one is not sacrificing herself for another or himself for another. Also, the man is not just there to come and just help you be all of who you are. You must mutually help each other. That is why the Bible says that two is better than one. When one is down, the other would help the person up. So it is a mutual thing that we must understand, so that as you are coming together in that relationship, both of you understand the assignment.
That's true. So
very important.
To buttress that point, in the school of purpose, there is something we call the synergy model between the man and the woman in the agenda of God. There are 3 models for that, and I'll be giving you examples about people you know already quickly. The first model is a model where the purpose of the brother and the purpose of sister, they are aligning together. For example, the husband you are given a mandate to preach the gospel.
Okay.
Maybe you are meant to set fire to the nations.
Okay.
And as a lady too, God has spoken to you before you met the guy that you are going to set before. You will set the ladies on fire for God. Now, both of you want to set people on fire for God. So when both of you come in together, there is a synergy. That's the synergy model, where both of you are using one platform to demonstrate what God wants you to do, because your purpose align. And we have people that they are doing that today. In the Bible, we had Aquila and Priscilla. Their ministries aligned together. In our daytime, you will see people like Dr. Paul Eneche and his wife. You will see that they are both pastors. Mama is also a senior pastor in Dunamis, doing things together. You will see a person like P. Daniel Lawande and PMO. You would see all of those people working together. That's a model. Now, there's another model where the purpose of the husband is different and the purpose of the wife is also different. But listen, there is a way both of them can come together to play complementary roles in the same agenda. Let me give an example of that as well. The husband is a pastor and the wife is a minstrel, a singer. Both of them can still exist together in a ministry. Where the wife will be focusing her own part of the ministry, while the husband will fulfill his own part of the ministry. So it is called complementary roles. Now we see something like that in our own generation, where you see people like Pastor Damilola Pastor Damilola.
Yes.
He's a pastor. He's a pastor in Redeem.
Really?
Yes, he's a pastor.
Wow.
The pastor. We know him to play saxophone.
I only see him play for his wife. That's it.
So he's a pastor, but he plays saxophone for his wife. While Mama Bukola Bekes, everybody knows her, she's a minstrel singing to the nations. You always see Papa with her backing up to minister and everything. You see that those are complementary roles. Pastor is not Pastor Dami is not coming to the state that we go to the back. Let me one play here. No, he knows where his own altar is, but he complements what the sister, what the wife is doing. So, and the wife also knows how to complement what the husband is doing. There's a new couple that is actually doing that model too. Judy K and her husband, Pastor Anselm. Pastor Anselm is a pastor, the Resurrected Church. We are not doing this video for any church. I'm just giving you those examples. Our husband is a church pastor. So in that church, Judy K is going to be like pastor's wife, helping people. But she has her own music ministry. Can you see? So complementary roles. Now the third model is where the husband is doing something to the left and the wife is doing something else to the right.
Maybe that reminds me of this also new couple. I don't know. Yes, they're still new. Pastor Blessed.
Yes, and Mercy Chinwo. Yes, they're not longer new now. They have been married for some years. Yes, you would see that exactly. The wife is a minister, but that's complementary. Now you will see that it is important. One word you should see here is the word complementary roles. That is why agreement is very important. Let me shock you. All of these examples we are giving, there are people that are practicing this thing and their home is in trouble because there is no agreement. Agreement must be there. Both of you must see the same thing. And you must now look at it now. It is very possible that you are doing the same thing and one person is known and the other person is not known. It is the wholeness we discussed at the second point that will help you to not to feel insecure.
Or intimidated by
you will
the
go
other
for
person.
See, and the funniest thing is life is very funny. The wife can be doing the same thing the husband is doing and everybody will know the wife. They will not know the husband. And guess what? The wife will be giving plenty of accolades. They will want to. You will think they invited both of you to the program. It's the wife they invited you. So you want to step on it. Oh, sorry. This is the woman we want to see. If you are not whole enough. If you are not whole enough, there will be trouble. There will be trouble. And this has been communicated in the movies, in books. If you are a vast reader and a vast, I don't want to be mentioning some movies. You would have seen some of these things where the guy was insecure and beating the wife at home while this is where we tell
bad stories of that.
A lot of that.
I just want to mention.
So these are models that you can follow. So it is very important. Now, emphasis on the fact that all these people discovered their purpose before they entered the relationship.
Like it will even save you a lot of stress.
Yes.
Because you're able to discuss it in the relationship. This is who I am. This is what God has called me to
do.
Are you comfortable with that?
Exactly. Simple.
Will you cope with that? Are you able to, work along with these?
Yeah.
How do we see each other complementing and helping each other fulfill God's purpose for our lives?
Exactly.
And we're a team. Even as a team, we need to see each other's role.
Yes.
It's very important.
Very, very important.
Key.
So, still under that point, but extending it a little bit more, it is important. In the book I wrote, Awaken Not Love.
Yes. I would put a link for you to get the soft copy.
Yes.
You can get the soft copy, you can get the hard copy also.
It's
Wherever you are, we'll send
That's
it
right.
to you.
That's right.
This book is one in time.
Thank you.
Sincerely, I read it and I am so blessed. If you read it, it will really shape a lot of things, to really set a lot of things straight for
That's
you. Sincerely, even though you are in love, you still need
You will
this book.
see, yeah, you need it.
Awaken Not Love.
Yeah.
So get your copy now.
Thank you. So as I was saying, so there is a concept I taught in this book, in the book of Genesis. You know, when you want to relate to matters about relationship, it's good you go back to the book of the beginning,
Yes.
where it all started from.
Yes.
You will learn something from what God did to Adam.
Yes.
The Bible said that in Genesis 2:18, it is not good for a man to be alone. Said, I will make for him a helpmate like him.
Yeah.
Now, if you are following the progression of Genesis chapter 2, you will see that before the point where God said it is not good for Adam to be alone,
Yes.
there were some things that God ensured happened in the life of Adam. Number one, Adam was placed in the Garden of Eden.
Yes.
He had a place.
Something doing.
Yes. So God told him what his purpose would be, to tend and to keep the garden.
Yes.
He had purpose.
Yes.
Now, number 3, he now started fulfilling the purpose, because before Eve came into the picture, before that Genesis 2:18, he already named all the animals.
Yeah. He was not waiting for an helpmeet before he starts his journey.
Exactly.
No.
So he already named the animals. So it was in the point of executing his assignment.
Yes.
God now said, he looked for at all the animals, they had helpers. Now said, but for Adam there was no perfect helper. God now said, I will find helper for this guy. Do you know that? So that must be the progression in our own journey as well.
Yes.
So I now propose in the book that if there was if it happened to Adam, the Bible says that it is not good for him to be alone. Then there is a time that it is good for you to be alone. That's my proposition. Yes.
Actually,
so there must be a time you are meant to be alone.
Yes.
So when is that time to be alone? The time you are still seeking God. The time you are still discovering purpose. The time that you are still rising your academics.
Yes.
The time where you are still trying to be whole. Some of you have had plenty accidents in your heart, in your emotions, and some things like that before. You need to heal up. You need to rearrange your life. Some of you came from dysfunctional families. It's not your fault. We talked about that in the purpose and passion session.
Yes.
That your experience can help.
Yes.
Irrespective of where you came from, don't rush into a relationship.
Don't.
Allow God to heal your heart. Go for therapy if possible. Let your heart breathe for joy again before you enter any form of relationship.
Yes.
So those times it is good for you to be alone. Now your alone time is the time God will encounter you. That is the time you will know God as the lover of your soul.
Yes.
See, no man will love you like God.
Oh my God. Say that again. Please say that again. Say that again.
No man will love you like God.
Yes.
It cannot happen. Because God is the true lover of your soul. So if as a lady, you don't, I think it was TDJs that wrote the book, a lady, a lover, and a Lord. So there must be a relationship you have first with God. Your love life must be sorted out with God.
Yes.
You must be full of love. You must be, we call it love from home.
Yes.
You are expressing love from God. So when a guy is treating you like, neighbor, where are you coming from? No, I don't lack anything from God.
Yes.
So it will be a privilege. Yes.
I'm not seeking for somebody to love you.
We see a lot of that in our generation, and you are asking this girl, why are you in this abusive relationship?
Yes. Why
are you sticking to this guy? Because you will now see that, although let me put it a disclaimer, if you have watched till this time, you will be like, it's not a relationship I want to enter. Why is everything like this? It is war. If you want to do relationship the God's way, if it is kingdom relationship you want to do, my brother, my sister, there are conditions.
There are conditions.
Bible says that God standard sure forever.
Sure.
God standard it stands. So the reason why we have a lot of shambles homes today is because we have broken a lot of principles.
Yes, we're not following the real principle that leads to a perfect and a godly home, a godly relationship.
So it matters. So there was a time that Adam was alone. So I challenge you as a brother and a sister, enjoy your singleness.
Enjoy it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it.
Build yourself.
Yes.
Grow yourself.
Yes.
Have a time where you experience serving God without a sister being in your life as a guy. And experience
Don't wait for a praying wife.
Exactly.
For you to that, when I'm married, I want to be praying, but I will pray, prayer cover me. Really? Like, really? No.
That's not the way to
No.
it. So it's important for you to understand your aloneness. So after that season, let God be, these are their stories we will share later.
Yeah.
Let God be the one writing the story of your life.
life.
If it is God that is ordering your steps,
Yes.
Shebi is your father. He's your father. He knows what is best for you.
He knows.
Before you even say you are ready for relationship, God will have been downloading things to you about. He will have been sorting your ways out. It will be, Bible says that trust in the Lord with all your heart and lead not your own understanding. Then acknowledge Him in all your ways and He will direct your path. So far you are acknowledging God, you are allowing God to order your steps.
Yes.
You cannot miss way.
You can't. That is
cannot.
it. For every child of God, you cannot miss your way. You cannot be stranded at all. God is so invested and intentional about all of His children's life.
Very true.
Most times I do self-reflection about the past, and whenever I look at the past, I see the track record of God's faithfulness. I see the track record of how God has, from time to time, directed, unconsciously, even me, without me even knowing. God just directs. God knows how to direct His children's paths. So if He's telling you now that it's not time for a relationship, there is no point to be in haste.
Exactly.
Don't look at your age.
Which age?
Age is just
Who set the age for a relationship?
Yeah.
Who did?
Don't.
See, looking back, just like she said, watching this relationship story of some people around me, I discovered that God is the order of time and season.
Yes.
He's the one ordering our steps.
Yes.
If you allow society to dictate what happened to your life, you will miss your way. Because God knows the thing that must be they must be active in your life before a relationship comes in.
Yes. And if you, like we said earlier on, if you are entering into a relationship, you already have marriage in view. So you're trying to say, I'm ready for marriage.
Are you ready for marriage?
So you
are 20 years old. Because you're a final year in 20 years old, every other person is doing relationship. You too, you are under pressure to enter a relationship. Please, are you ready to marry at 21?
Like, seriously?
Are you ready?
You have to ask yourself those tough questions. Am I ready to father a child? Am I ready to mother a child?
Exactly.
Am I ready to start parenting? Have I figured out my life out yet? So we are really, really hard on you guys, but it is needed for us to ask ourselves those tough questions, set our mind straight. In this generation we found ourselves.
Very true.
Very important.
So that is the fourth point on purpose. So the final point I'm going to be raising is on the area of not being a novice. Not being a novice. When I say not being a novice, before you enter a relationship, ensure that your hand have handled results. When I say results, in your relationship with God, ensure that the first time you are hearing from God is not when you are hearing from marriage. God must have led you in other areas
of your life.
God must have led you. Maybe in your choice of course in school, maybe in your schooling, you are supposed to pick a path. Maybe industrial mathematics, industrial chemistry. So you pray to God and God led you. Maybe there was a time where you needed to make a decision in school, and then you are trusting God for that decision. Something must have happened earlier that warranted you to ask God for direction. And you obeyed God and you saw the result. If it has not happened like that, I beg you, don't make the decision about relationship yet. Actually, don't try it. Because the truth is this. It was my man of God that said this, Pastor Ephraim, my disciple. He said, if you have never heard God wrongly, you have never learned to hear God at all. So in the midst of we saying that the Lord said you must have heard God wrongly at one point when you are starting your journey. With that
you thought you heard God.
That days when we fasted, we thought
it was God.
but we did not die. But it's good. Because that's what I'm saying.
You're training yourself.
So you now imagine that that training that you're saying is not your relationship.
Oh my goodness. That's too delicate.
That is exactly what we are saying.
Delicate.
There cannot be no vice. You have to ensure that you have a track record of working with God and seeing results before you enter any form of relationship. Also, in this same line, you need to understand the agenda of God for kingdom relationships. You must ask your question. You must ask the right question. Why? Why am I entering a relationship? You know, there's a part of church wedding that I love. The part where they read the wedding, I think
vow.
They call it wedding. No, before the wedding vow.
Okay.
And I think they used to call it exhortation or something.
Yes.
Like they will be teaching. They will tell us why, like the reasons for marriage.
Yes.
They used to say 3 things.
Yes.
For companionship.
Yes.
See, that companionship used to get me. You know, they will say it now. But if you study your Bible very well, you will see that the reasons for entering a relationship is beyond companionship. Companionship is good. It is one of the major reasons why you enter a relationship.
Okay.
So that you will not be alone in life.
Yes.
But beyond entering a relationship for companionship, if you check the scriptures very well, God always have an agenda for every family.
Yeah.
For every family. The family is one of the divine institutions where God ensures that his agenda comes to pass.
Yes, very important.
God was careful about generations. You know, a man of God was telling us that Matthew chapter 1, we always ask that why is it important for us to have Matthew 1? Yes. And Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac begat. But the man of God told us that it is very important that God treasures family genealogies. It matters to God how you are born. The person that gave birth to you. That was why God ensured that Jesus was born from the root of Jesse. So this one, so family is an institution where God has encrypted some of his dimensions. Family, showing what is happening in heaven between God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, now in human form. So what are the reasons why you are supposed to enter a relationship? Number one, to fulfill destiny.
Because that is the main purpose you are here.
Yes.
On earth.
So your relationship must be an extension of you fulfilling purpose. So if your relationship will not make you fulfill purpose, nothing. So that is why, permit me to say, this is a table I want to shatter. Not everybody will marry. That's the truth. That's the truth. There's some people that the truth is, if God should show you the real picture of the assignment he has for you,
marriage is not there.
You will fear for the children you give birth to. Yes. And it doesn't mean that you are not complete. It's not. Marriage is not the definition of completeness.
At all.
It's not.
We need to learn that. We need to know that.
We need to know. It's part of the things culture did to us.
Yes.
That a lady will feel, no matter how high a lady is, she'll feel her husband is the definition of her completeness. How? So
when God did not create you half.
No, you are complete.
You are complete. You are whole.
The female man has an agenda in God.
Yes.
So why are we saying this? We need to challenge all of this cultural barriers.
Yes.
So that you might be here listening to us, and maybe you even feel, let's not like you are seeing your life and you seem not to be very interested in marriage. See, don't feel bad. I don't say you should be communicating to everybody. Your mommy will choke you. But we're just saying that you must understand the reason why you're entering a relationship. A relationship is meant to be an extension of purpose. It's sad today that homes are breaking anyhow, rather than the relationship becoming an avenue for purpose. It's becoming the reason why people will never serve God.
Oh my goodness.
It's painful. So don't be. I wrote it in this way that your home will either be a prayer point or a solution to the world. So ensure that your home is a solution
to the world.
One of the very important reasons why God formed family is to breed godly seeds. We've been saying it together.
These are the things that you must be aware of.
Things that we are saying is we must know. We not go to the same.
You must not be a novice.
Yes. It's important. That was why I titled that part. We must not be a novice. You need to know it's a working knowledge. Before you enter a relationship, God, it must be out on you that you. So if you are here, you are not building. So currently now, before entering a relationship, what parental skills are you learning? Bible says, he that finds a wife has found a good thing.
thing.
And he that finds a wife, that means before the guy is finding you, you are already a wife. That is it. He that finds a wife. So what are the qualities of wife and motherhood that you embed currently? Currently, when people give you their children, how do you handle them? You are like, no, the child will be crying. You not have children fast like that. You need to learn all of these things without any pressure being around you. Taking care of people, being intentional, being responsible, taking care of tiny details of your life.
Yes.
Being financially faithful, financial stewardship, being accountable. Some of you will go out, nobody knows where you are going, nobody knows where you are going back. If they try to call you, you cut it. You're not responsible. There will be war in the family. There will be war.
That's things we need to learn, even as a single person.
Yeah.
Not when you are in the marriage. It's a pity that people get married, then they start learning how to figure out their marriage or how to figure out parenting after you've had the child already. No, everybody should be like, we're even in a generation where if you don't equip yourself with the necessary knowledge, necessary biblical principle of what a kingdom marriage is, what a kingdom parenting is, the world will define it for you.
Exactly. Very true.
The world will give you the definition.
That's true.
Because knowledge is increasing. People are discovering new things. I saw a video of a child that told her parents she wants to be a dater. Yeah.
Dater.
So, a lot of things are happening. That is why you must develop a very strong relationship with God before marriage. Very key, very important. So, we've said a lot.
Yes.
And sincerely, I was blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We love to do this because we want the society to be better.
Yes.
The family is the unit that influences every other aspect of the world. The society, the career space, every area. If your home, your marriage is not settled, every area of your life cannot be settled. You cannot figure out your life without it. And that is why this message is coming out, to help you prepare ahead and to know why you are in a relationship and why you shouldn't be in a relationship. So if this video has blessed you tremendously, I want you to like, I want you to share, and I want you to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We love you. Take care. Bye.